Okay. Thanks, man. So I just want to take you through one technique which you can apply on your own charts today, and understand how you can benefit. This remedy I have given to many people, and they have in fact got benefited from making use of this particular technique. So we will talk a bit about the current in your horoscope. How is it that you can make use of? So I'll just, since you're already seeing, let me just open this Jyotish app, and I'm taking a random example. You'll just go to the app, and from here, when you click on the basic horoscope details, this is where you will be able to find the current. Meaning to say, if someone was born today, 6:37 p.m., that is when the current for that particular person who is born today would be Taitula. Okay, so in the same fashion, please open your charts in that particular app, and you would be able to understand, how to make use of it. So you go there. I hope you're able to see the Jyotish app on screen, correct? All you need to do
Yes,
is
sir.
this is edit.
Yeah.
Here you need to input whatever is your date of birth, and then you need to input the time of birth and then place of birth, and then click done. And depending upon that, your chart is going to get open. Okay. Uh, I think I have Preeti ma'am's chart. Ma'am, if I have your permission, I can just open. Okay. Uh, since I already have her chart, I'll just open her. Ma'am, you can confirm. The date of birth is 29th of June 1979, and time of birth is 8:11 a.m. Kolkata. All right. So this is where we have Preeti ma'am's chart. Similarly, you people can take a look at your chart. Then you go here and go to the basic horoscope details. And this is where we will be seeing that it is Bhava Karma. Okay. And this Devta is Indra Devta. So this is the first current that we are able to see in this particular sheet. Once you understand what is your current, you will have to refer to the table that I have given in the notes. This is the table I'm talking about. In Preeti ma'am's case, it was Indra, Bhava current Indra. So the Vahana is lion, and that lion is in the sitting posture. So what does she need to do? She just needs to go buy one lion which is in a sitting posture, right? So, or she can just go to Pinterest and then just open any color is fine, but the posture should be a sitting posture. So here we are talking about this one. So what is it that she would do with this? She can just download this, keep this as a wallpaper for her mobile, so that whenever she wants to start anything related to the profession, she will just have to look at this particular picture. Or if she has a desk, you have a desk at home, you are working from home, you are into astrology profession. In that case, fix up in a specific room. Which room to be picked, that would depend upon the astro vastu, and then we'll come there. I don't want to confuse you people more. but then there are certain directions in which when you are seated and you consider that to be your workspace, then those workspaces would be more favorable for you from a career perspective. Now, again, this is not generic. What I follow is chart specific ones, but I will surely take you through that. How do you understand which corner, which space within your house is most suited for you to do your professional activity? Similarly, there would be certain directions or corners or spaces within your home where if your children are seated according to their horoscope, they would be doing very well in their education. So there would be certain directions, spaces where if you sit and do something, you will get more number of clients. So all of these we will be dealing once we get into that. But let's confine ourselves because otherwise nakshatra related stuff will take a back seat. So all that we are talking is we have opened the chart of map. We've seen that it is Bhava Karan, and we know that the Devata is Indra, and now we are referring to this. I'm ensuring, see, if you of the current what is depicted in the app versus what is there here, it could be different. Like Gara Karan number 5, that is also known as Girija Karan. In a few of the in a few of the Jyotish apps, it would be written as Girija Karan. So a few of the here you would be seeing Gara. So where how do you want to correlate? Just go to look at what is the current. Look at the devatas. So all these devatas are distinct, and typically the apps give you the correct devatas. So in this case, the Karan is also same Bhava Karan, and Devta is also Indra. So Vahana is lion. So what we are saying is the lion needs to be in a sitting posture. Now she can go buy a toy lion which is in a sitting posture, and she can keep it at her workspace wherever she is. Now this can also be at office. I'm not just saying that at your home you need to put. Suppose every one of us goes to office, and in our office wherever is our workstation, we should be putting the vahana of our corresponding karana, and you would be seeing that over a period of a couple of months there is going to be a substantial raise in your profession. So it could be in terms of getting better increments, or it could be in terms of getting promotions, or getting name and fame, recognition, rewards, any of that. You would surely see that it is going to be there. Reason for this is Karan is associated with Prithvi Tattva. Okay. And Prithvi Tattva is like physical, in this physical world. So in this physical world, when you want to do your karma is the profession, that is where you would require the Karan element of Panchanga. So another way of activating the Karan is, while I have already told this, for this example which we are seeing, that ma'am needs to put buy a lion totem. She can put that lion on her mobile as well. Plus, I would prefer something in physical, because here we are talking about something which is physical, and Karan is earth element. So rather than putting it only on the mobile, which is a virtual world, I would prefer going and buying an object and keeping that particular object near your workspace, and that needs to be in the sitting posture. So you will know whether it is a sitting posture, sleeping posture, standing posture. All these postures are mentioned over here. Next thing that you can do is, look, again we have to stitch back to the nakshatra elements only. When we are saying, you have to refer to this. Okay, this is the table. In this Karana, I was talking about, it is Prithvi Tattva. I mean to say earth related energy is there with the Karana. So that is why in the physical world manifestation is more. And then Karaka for this Karan is Buddha. Among the planets, the Karak for this is Buddha. So this is the reason why, in fact, in traditional astrology, we would also associate the 10th house Karakatvas with not just Sun, but also Saturn and Mars and Mercury. All these planets do very well in the 10th house. But the Karaka is Buddha. And this is where it is signifying. Sixth house is your workspace. In anyone's horoscope, sixth house is the workspace. I know I have not taken a session on different house significations, that is going to come later. I will give you detailed notes about each of the houses. But for now, what you need to know is third house signifies valor, courage, and hard work, all of that. And sixth house is your workspace, day to day, where you go and work. That is what is owned by this current. So that is the reason I was insisting that whatever you call it as your workspace, be it home or be it office, that is where this current animal that we were talking about, that toy or totem, that needs to be there in the physical form. And then it is also signifying the fourth bhava and the 10th bhava. 10th bhava is typically the profession. Fourth bhava gives you comfort. So, what makes your profession more comfortable? Plus, fourth bhava is also associated with Raj Simhasan and public. It creates a public image of you. It brings people to you, because in discharging of our profession, we would require support of loads of people. They could be working with us as peers, or they could be working under us in as a subordinates, but we would require all their cooperation. So this is what the fourth house does, and the bhava which is getting signified is fourth house. 10th house is the bhava which gives you name, fame, honor, profession, promotions, everything. So that way Karna is associated with the profession. So the remedy that I was talking about is when you want to do it for you, or you want to help anyone else who is not having a good time in their profession, all you would need to do is just go to that app, figure out what is the current based on the date, time, and place of birth that you would have input on that app, and then you would be needing to go to this particular page that I have already shared and refer to the table. Oh, it's going fast. Okay, refer to this particular table. There are total 11 types of current, and you know which current the person is born with. Then you will require which is the vahana and what is the posture. Now, having said that, apart from this, what we have seen in the table is Karana is associated with Buddha Graha. So we need to bring in the significations of Buddha Graha also. So whenever anyone wants to do any remedy pertaining to the profession, some people might be having tough time in their profession. They would be having a lot of stress, strain going on. Maybe things are not going their way. Maybe there is a lot of fights in the profession. Then what they would need to do is they need to select Wednesday, because Wednesday is ruled by planet Mercury, Buddha, and Buddha is the Karaka Graha for the Karana. So on Wednesday, in this example that we took for Preeti ma'am, because hers was a Bhava Karana, she needs to pray to Indra Devata. So again, go to Pinterest, download a picture of Indra Devata and maybe print it or do whatever. But what you would need to do is you need to offer rice offerings to Indra Devata. Look, this is not common for everyone, so don't take a notes thinking that all of you need to offer to Indra Devata. Here I am saying this is specific to Preeti ma'am's chart, which I am talking about, because here Karna was Bhava Karna and that is ruled by Indra Devata. So that is the reason I am saying that she should be on a Wednesday offering prayers to Indra Devata. She can chant Shamno Mitra Sham Varunaha, or she can just say Om Indraya Namaha. Whichever way she wants to address, she can address. It can be English, Hindi, Telugu, Malayalam, anything. I'm sure Indra Devata would be able to understand multilingual. So don't worry about what is the format in which you're addressing him. what is important is the attitude of gratitude and the offering of rice. You can cook in rice and you can offer that along with some you can add make a porridge and offer, because essentially that is made of rice. So do a rice offering to Indra Devata. Ensure that you take in bath and you are pure. Then you cook that particular rice and you offer that rice to the Devata. And maybe take up a rosary bead. Someone needs to go on mute. There is some echo coming in. Unless there is a question. If there is a question, I'm happy to take it. Otherwise, please go on mute. Thank you. Yes, ma'am. Right. You're right. Mm. You you obviously you will not be offering rice to picture, right? You are offering rice to a devata. So what? Yes, of course. In fact, even you can close your eyes, you can visualize that picture, and you can chant the mantra of Om Indraya Namaha 108 times. I'm sure Indra Devata will get connected with you through that, and then you would be making an offering of prasad. Even that can also be mentally done to him, stating that I am offering this. Please accept my prasad and please bless me. It can be in English as well. Uh, mm, mm, you can take the prasad. We are here, we are not donating anything. So you can consume, or your family members can also consume. When you have offered it to the deity, there is a blessing of the deity, and so obviously you can consume it. Here we are not doing this remedy in the form of a donation. So there's no need for to be worried whether that prasad can be taken by you or not. नहीं पायसम इज बलवा. यहाँ पे देख लीजिए नीचे. So put some I mean rice, cook the rice and maybe offer the cooked rice only, and uh, same rice you people can have at home that day. uh, and okay, ensure that you're doing that. Another thing that you can also do is about. See, every day we have certain horas. So if people are suffering more in their profession, so for such people, I would not recommend to only do this remedy on a Wednesday, but every day also there is a hora. Again, how do I know which hora? You can just go open any Panchanga and then you will be able to see what is the currently running hora. Okay, so not sure whether this app already has it or not, but you can open any Panchanga and you'll be able to see what is the currently running Hora. And with that, you would be able to, pick. Since this is a working session, let me just show you that also. So this is a beautiful app which I use. There is an Android version also, so you can have an Android version installed, and in this app you would be able to see what is the aura. Let me just Sorry, it's taking a bit of time since I use the app itself. I'm just trying to figure out where you will be able to see it on the browser. Okay. You can see here it is currently running Hora is that of Mars. Again, this is location specific. You'll have to input. Since I am at Hyderabad, I will put it as Hyderabad. But you will have to look at your location and see what is the Hora which is running. You would be able to get that information from this Panchang itself, and it also gives you day hora and night hora. So it even if you want to do that, ma'am, so you could have chosen today morning between 8 12 12 a.m. to 9 a.m. It was Mercury related hora. So although today is a Sunday, you want to do that remedy. What you would do is you would pick Mercury's hora because during that particular hour, Mercury is strong, while the whole day belongs to sun because today is Sunday. But there are every hour which planet is going to become strong is what is indicated in Hora, and I'm sure we will be seeing a lot of this in Prashna Jyotisha whenever we do those classes uh, about how to make use of this particular Hora. Okay, so this way you will be able to do a remedy for the profession, and you first you do it for yourself. You be satisfied that you are seeing results, and then you can recommend it to whoever are your family, friends, whoever are having any professional problems, or those who want to raise in their profession. Same remedy can be given. I'll take a pause. I'll let you people ask questions. Preeti ma'am, I'm sure you would have understood them. But so weapon, obviously, even you can get a miniaturized weapon, put it at the workspace. Honestly, I've not made use of it. Uh, just because I am an office goer, I can't go and put any weapon at my office. So I would not recommend that. But a miniaturized version of that, uh, like for example, someone is having a chatushpada and there is a goad, right? Means as I, or balava karna, there is a mace. So we see, right, for many gadas, Hanumanji's maces, I mean gada is available in keychains and all. So such person can actually have the keychain with that particular gada, and that is always with them. So I mean, use your imagination. There is no one way of doing this. As a part of keychains, maybe whatever weapon is mentioned, you could have that as a keychain one. You could make use of it. So it's only the way we want to. I leave it to your imagination about how do you make use of it in a legal way. Don't get yourself uh, caught into doing anything wrong. Weapon here, just like lion. I'm not going to ask you to pet a lion. Actually, you are bringing in a toy lion or a small miniaturized version of lion. That way, you can also interpret for weapon. Any others, ma'am? Maybe you can mute yourself. Any others have a question? I can repeat, or we'll go forward. Guys, I am blindfold, so you have to unmute and let me know. I'll not be able to see any of the. If you have put anything on the chat, I'll not be able to see because I'm.
Question.
Yes, sir.
Obviously, I have one question. If you allow me.
Yes, please go ahead, sir.
Actually, this Patilya Karna. In this, you have mentioned staff, weapon staff.
Yes, sir.
So what exactly this staff means?
So staff is actually, the mantra danda that the rishis used to carry, sir. They used to put the staff under their hand and they used to do the tapas or, counting of their beads, right? It was like supporting the hand of the person. So it is made of wood and that is almost Y, it is in Y shape on which the rishis would
Okay,
rest their
okay.
hand. So
Resting their head.
correct, sir. In modern terms, even the sticks that the policemen carry, right? Those can also be considered as staffs, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Sure, no problem, sir. And in fact, mine is also Taitilya. So I make use of donkey. There is no harm in uh, making use of donkey. Uh, that it's one of the most hardworking animals. So we need to
Available, sir?
do it.
Donkey toys available?
Yes, sir. They are available.
Okay.
So typically when you go to this children's toy shop, right, they would be having different types of animals. That is the best place to pick up that particular very small miniaturized toys are available. You could go ahead and pick it up.
Okay. Actually, I was looking for one person maybe 4 years ago.
Mhm.
His Karna was this Patilya. So I was thinking, what this. Thank you very much for clarification.
Sure, sir. Uh, anyone else has a question?
हाँ
Okay.
वो भी मेरा एक क्वेश्चन है
हाँ बोलिए सर.
उनके पढ़ने बोला मेरा एक क्वेश्चन है जैसे मित्र मित्र सर कौन से देवता होंगे उनकी क्या है जैसे मेरा कौलव है
Follow Mitra. हाँ जी. Mitra is one among the 12 Adityas, sir. जो कश्यप महर्षि और अदिति माँ के पुत्र थे, द्वादश आदित्य, उनमें से एक आदित्य है मित्र. Typically Mitra and Varuna, these are the combinations which are taken into consideration because they are like Jant Devatas. They're not alone. Wherever you find Mitra, there is also Varuna and vice versa. Mitra Varuna is how the Vedas proclaim them. So mantra could be Shamno Mitraha. Shamno Mitraha is the mantra that can be chanted and that Devata in fact he is the Devata for Mitra is the Devata for even Anuradha Nakshatra. So mine is Anuradha Nakshatra. I often chant this Shamno Mitra Sham Varunaha, meaning to say may Lord Mitra and Lord Varuna be auspicious to me. Shamno Mitra Sham Varunaha. Thank you. Any other questions? Should I move forward? Sorry? Aryana. Where are you looking at? Fourth one. Yeah. Fourth one. No, okay. This is Aryaman. Devata. That is Aryaman. It is Aryana. It is written here. But actual name of that Devata is Aryaman. Aryaman is also one among the Dwadash Adityas that I was just talking about. So Aryaman is a Devata and Om Namo Aryamanaya Namaha, that can be the mantra that can be chanted. Do not worry. What I will do is for each of these particular devatas that you are seeing, what could be the corresponding mantras? I'll add that particular that table as well. That into this so that you people can make use of the mantra. You can chant. There is no need for any initiation because here your prayers to that devata is enough for the devata to be blessing you.
And the
Your voice is not clear. Could you repeat?
Avariyaman picture that are trying to bring up a picture.
Picture is donkey. Vahana is donkey, right? You're talking about Taitilya Karana, for which Aryaman is the Devata and donkey is the Vahana, and staff, which we talked a bit earlier, that is the weapon. Any of the delicious food can be cooked and that can be offered to Aryaman Devata. The donkey picture that you need to be carrying is that donkey should be in a sleeping position. So just go to Pinterest and just type on donkey in sleeping position. So you could make use of anything like this. See?
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. So let's move forward. Now let's come back to the nakshatras. Again, let me start by citing that there are 27 nakshatras. That is fundamental. Now, what are the names of those nakshatras? Are Ashwini, Bharani, Kritika, Rohini, Mrigasira, Ardra, Punarvasu, Pushya, Aslesha, Magha, Pura Falguni, Uttar Falguni, Hasta, Chitra, Swati, Vishakha, Anuradha, Jyeshta, Mula, Purvashada, Uttarashada, Shravana, Dhanishta, Shatabhisha, Purvabhadra, and Uttarabhadra, Revati. These are the 27 nakshatras that we have, and we are trying to understand a few of the techniques about how to make use of the nakshatras. So I have given a lot of information to you in the subsequent pages, and what I would be trying here is to make you understand, okay, how do you make use of that information. Now the question that I would want to handle upfront is why and how do these nakshatras impact us, right? This picture itself, you would be seeing that, Narayana's Rupam or Nakshatra Rupam. So in the Purusha, we will be seeing that different parts of different nakshatras are indicating different parts of the body of this particular Purusha. So what it also means is, in our chart, if any of these nakshatras are afflicted, now how do we see those nakshatras which are afflicted? We will be seeing it in a bit. But if any of those afflictions are there, then the corresponding part of the body suffers. Or if at all there are any malefic planets transiting over such nakshatras, then what happens is that particular body part organ suffers. Now, simplest way, the way to make use of this picture, because I'm getting into the practicals part. Why did I put this picture is, if any one of you or your kith and kin or your friends, they're suffering with any of these body parts, then all you would need to do is, I have given you for each of the nakshatras, what are the remedies that can be done. Very simple. They don't need to understand astrology. Look, someone is suffering from, say, leg pain. They don't need to understand the entire astrology. Now, if the pain is at the foot or whether the pain is in ankle, if the pain is in the foot, I would go and I would understand that there is some problem with respect to Ashwini Nakshatra. If the pain is in ankle, I will understand that there is some problem with the Revati Nakshatra. I will not even have to go into more details, but looking at this particular picture, we would be able to understand that different parts of the body, if at all someone is suffering, there is some problem in any of the parts of the body, then what is the corresponding nakshatra which is getting affected? And what we would do is, when we go through, now here comes the notes, right? Okay, before getting into the notes, let me actually finish the topic of, making use of this particular picture. So, let me just take you through and circle back about this picture as well. Take the example of Ashwini Nakshatra, right? And Ashwini Nakshatra, we have seen that it is at the foot of the Nakshatra Purusha, correct? Don't get confused. All you need to just do is take a look at this. So you're seeing that Ashwini Nakshatra, top of the foot, there is some problem. Or Bharani Nakshatra, sole of the foot, there would be some problem. So what I would do is, if I know that someone has come to me and they're saying that they're suffering with their feet sole having cracks, or their feet sole could be having warts, or there could be some problem with the foot sole, or whenever they wear any new shoe, they are going to get shoe bites, and there is some problem with their foot sole. So all they need is just go look at the Bharani Nakshatra, and then here we are seeing that there is a tree which is associated with this particular nakshatra, and for Bharani Nakshatra it is Amla. So they would need to get themselves associated with that particular tree in one form or other. Either they water that tree, they plant the tree at their home, they water that particular tree, or they keep the leaves, or whatever are the fallen twigs of that particular tree, they need to associate themselves with that particular nakshatra. The nakshatra's tree is Amla. Again, it will change for whatever is a type of suffering. So don't quote Amla. It's not like one size that fits all. Here I have taken example of there is some suffering in the soul. So that is why I am going to Bharani Nakshatra, and there I am seeing that this tree is Amla. So what I would advise them is just water an Amla tree, plant an Amla tree, take care of it, water it. That way you are activating that nakshatra in a positive way. You are fostering growth in that particular tree, and thereby you are getting a blessing from the nature, and your suffering which you are having for that particular body organ, that is going down. Because why are you suffering? Because there is some amount of dushkarma which has been done by you in the past. So that there is a sin which has been committed in the past, which is coming to you now, and it is giving you suffering. Now what would you do? You cannot undo past. So what you do is you create a positive karma in the present, and that karma should be in a way to mitigate whatever is the dushkarma which was done in the past. And with repentance, you say that, look, I cannot undo my past, but I want to reform myself. I want to be a better person. So I am doing this particular karma. Please forgive me for the sins of my past. It could be as simple as this prayer in whichever language that you want. Nature will understand. And when you're doing that, obviously you're getting rid of that particular problem. And then what can also be done? Here the Devata for that Bharani Nakshatra is Lord Yama. So that is why it is, when the mantra here is Om Yamaya Namaha. Or someone doesn't want to do mantra, then you can say support orphanages or old age homes, or donate food to the needy. This is something that they can do. Or herbal remedy, they can use Amla. They can eat Amla. and that helps them in the detoxification, and that way they're going to be benefited. Animal which is associated with this particular Bharani Nakshatra is female elephant. Again, they can have a picture of that female elephant, and that through that picture they can activate this particular Bharani Nakshatra, and they can ask Lord Yama for forgiveness, and if possible, light a lamp in southern direction, because Yama is also one of the Ashtadikpalakas, and it is said that abode of Yama is in the southern direction. So you could light a lamp in the honor of Lord Yama in the evening after the sunset. You could light a lamp and honor him and pray to him to absolve you of that particular sin that you have committed in the past. And that way, that person can come out of whatever are the feet soul related problems the person is suffering. I'm just taking an example so that you understand the logic behind me putting all the information pertaining to a nakshatra. So one technique that you would have understood by now is look at the nakshatra Purusha, identify which organ of that person the person is suffering, look at the corresponding nakshatra, go to that particular nakshatra. For all, I have given notes for all the 27 nakshatras to you. So go to those notes, figure out what is the tree which is that the person is associated. Look, why are we talking about tree? With tree, wind comes. Now, nakshatra is a Vayu Tattva. Again, if you go first page or second page in this particular notes, I have put different Panchanga, different elements are ruled by different elements. Like take the example I was talking a bit earlier about Karna. Karna is under the Prithvi Tattva. Similarly, here we are talking about Nakshatra. So Nakshatra is Vayu Tattva. So when you make use of these trees, the Nakshatra related Nakshatra Vana is very popular concept where the trees pertaining to each of the types of nakshatras, a few of the people are, a few of the communities are planting such trees. Even going and spending time with that tree which is associated with your birth nakshatra is also going to be a very powerful remedy. Similarly, nurturing the tree or putting water to the tree, seeing that the tree grows for that nakshatra which your body part is afflicted is also going to be a type of remedy that you could be using. I'll take a pause here. Any questions until here on nakshatra? You can unmute and also. So simple. All you need to do is I have given you the picture of nakshatra Purusha. You take a look at this particular picture, and in case either you or any of your friends or relations or anyone is having any health related problems, you just refer to this particular picture, Nakshatrani Rupam. Okay, in this you are seeing that all these 27 nakshatras are representing some of the other body part, and through that you will have to understand which body part the suffering is, pick that particular corresponding nakshatra, then go to the notes that I have given to you, and you just have to make use of the tree which is mentioned there and nurture that particular tree, associate with that particular tree, then that will be one form of remedy. Not everyone is a Hindu, So you'll be having friends who are Muslims or Christians or any of those. So asking them to chant the deity of that but mantra or the deity of the nakshatra might not be the remedy that you can give them. So, yeah, but however, there would not be any problem for them to go and associate themselves with the tree. So they would have to just associate with the tree which is for that particular nakshatra. Clear? So one practical use of making use of nakshatras and the notes which have been given is this. Now coming to the theory part, we are talking about 27 nakshatras. Yeah. Is there a question?
OPG, I have one question.
Yes, sir.
एक्चुअली आपने जो नक्षत्र बताया, अब किसी के पास में जैसे कि हेयर फॉल का प्रॉब्लम है,
हाँ जी.
तो उसको हम कैसे नक्षत्र के साथ में रेमेडी बता सकते हैं?
सर यहाँ पे देखिए नक्षत्र कृतिका. कृतिका नक्षत्र इज द वन विच इज एसोसिएटेड विद द हेड. और
ओके,
वहीं पे हमारा हेयर होता है, राइट? सो
जी,
हेयर फॉल स्टार्ट्स बिकॉज ऑफ सम टाइप ऑफ एफ्लिक्शन टू कृतिका नक्षत्र. इट कुड सो हैपन कि उस नक्षत्र में कोई वेद है या फिर एनी मेलिफिक प्लैनेट इज ट्रांसिटिंग दैट पर्टिकुलर नक्षत्र. There could be several reasons. I mean, when a nakshatra gets activated will also depend upon कि उस particular person उस जातक के कुंडली में कौन सा महादशा अंतरदशा चल रहा है. That can be one way of activation because whichever is the planet, उस planet का जो नक्षत्र लॉर्ड होगा, अगर नक्षत्र लॉर्ड is sun, nakshatra is anyway getting activated. Correct. So we have to see that would be case specific. But since I have not yet taught about how to make use of horoscopes, how to make use of planets and all, simplest of the technique is that we refer to this the body part. और जैसे कि हेयर फॉल हो रहा है, दैट इज अ सत्य, राइट? मन वहां पे कोई डिबेट होने का चांस नहीं है, because you are seeing that there is a hair fall which is happening for that person. So all you would go is just go to Kritika Nakshatra, then it is fig tree which is associated with Kritika Nakshatra. That person should be nurturing fig tree. Animal associated is female goat. Element is fire element, and they can actually Kritika Nakshatra is also associated with Lord Kartikeya. So जो नोट्स मैंने दिया है वहां पे ओम स्कंदाय नमः करके एक मंत्र है. सो स्कंद is known as but Kartikeya. He is also known as Murugan, Kumaraswamy, and all different he goes by different names. We know him as Kartikeya, and he is associated with Kritika Nakshatra. So praying to the deity of the nakshatra is the short way of getting rid of any of the problems pertaining to the nakshatra. So there is a common concept. जो बहुत सारे लोग maybe they're doing it just by looking at internet or YouTube videos or anything like that, जहाँ पे planet को directly associate करते हैं, और यहाँ पे because कृतिका नक्षत्र is associated with planet sun, तो sun के remedies करें क्या? That is one school of thought. But अगर हम strictly नक्षत्र ज्योतिष से चले तो नक्षत्र का short way of doing remedy is by associating with the nakshatra tree and with the nakshatra deity. The nakshatra deity works even faster and more surely as compared to the planet, because one planet is associated with 3 different nakshatras. We have 27 nakshatras, so 9 planets, 9 3 is 27. Each of the planet is having 3 nakshatras. So we would not know which nakshatra is going to get activated by doing the remedies of a particular planet. So we can be more specific with respect to the nakshatra deities and the nakshatra trees. That helps a lot. That has been my observation. Right?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
थैंक यू सो मच. नेक्स्ट कम्स कि अभी आपके पर्सनल चार्ट में हाउ डू यू लुक एट व्हाट इज योर जन्म नक्षत्र. ओके, सो देयर इज अनदर ब्यूटिफुल रेमेडी दैट आई वुड वांट टू शो यू. Anyone else who will volunteer? I can open your horoscope and I can discuss, because this is going to be the second remedy that we will be talking today. Who is this?
Sir, Krishnamurthy.
Okay, not sure, Krishnamurthy garu, whether your chart I have. No, I don't have. What I can do is, let me know your date of birth.
24.
24/1/12. 12. Okay, December.
1969.
Time.
Look like tell it as 24. 24.
What exactly is the time?
After midnight, 12:43.
So 0:43 is what you're saying, right? So it was 24th night. Are you saying that?
Yes, yes.
Okay, in that case, I'll take it as 25th. Because here we are going by the actual time. So that is the reason you'll have to take. I'm not considering the sunrise sunset time. What is your place of birth?
It is Mundlamur. That is Carson.
Is it in Prakasham district?
Yes, yes.
Okay. While I'll get to the actual ones, latitude, longitude later, but for now I'm taking the district just to show a demonstration, right? So this is your chart, and what I will do is I'll just go and see what is your, in which nakshatra was your birth moon. So when you were born, moon was transiting Punarvasu nakshatra. So is that correct?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, Punarvasu nakshatra, first pada. Every nakshatra has 4 parts. So each of the part we call it as pada. So you were born with Punarvasu nakshatra, first pada. This is going to be your Janma nakshatra. So I am coming to the second way of making use of nakshatra, and something which can stay with you for your entire life. Now what you should be doing is, again, now forget about nakshatra purusha. In this case, you go check your moon, birth moon, what is the nakshatra in which the moon is, and here in this example it was Punarvasu nakshatra. So you have to go to Punarvasu nakshatra in this particular sheet. So here it is. So DT for Punarvasu nakshatra is Aditi. Aditi is the mother of all the gods. Diti is the mother of all the asuras, whereas Aditi is the mother of all the gods. They are also called as Adityas. 12 Adityas. Aditi, Ma Aditi is the wife of Maharshi Kashyapa, and Adityas are all born out of her. and you can just go through the whatever is the story in which is mentioned for Punarvasu Nakshatra. But what I would recommend is lifelong bamboo tree is something that you are associated with. So don't cut the bamboo trees at any point of your time in your life. Don't be cause of cutting the bamboo trees, Krishnamurti Garu. And you can go request, I mean, when you go to any of the bamboo tree, the leaves of the bamboo tree which have fallen by themselves, or even the stem of the bamboo, if at all it is fallen, which you have not cut, that is something that you can keep it with you. Or it could be like a flute that is typically made from the bamboo. So that is something that you can keep it with you. The nakshatra related leaves is something that you can keep it with you, because this is Janma nakshatra for you. This is for your entire life. So when you honor your Janma nakshatra, what happens is your physical health is going to be good. We will come to it when we look at different taras. There is Navtara system that we are going to take a look shortly. But what you need to remember is open the Jyotish app, check where your moon is in your birth chart, in which nakshatra it is. You have to just go and see here. You will see different planets. You figure out where moon is, you will see in which nakshatra that moon is, and then go to that corresponding page in the notes that I have given and try to get associated with whatever is the tree. In this example, because it is Punarvasu nakshatra, whenever you are facing any health related challenges or personality related challenges and all, Krishnamurti Garu, you need to be nurturing the bamboo trees. That is a sure shot remedy for you for lifelong. And then you can also chant Om Adityaya Namaha, because here we are talking about Aditi as Devata. In charity, you can donate books, food, or support single mothers. This is something that you can do. Animals associated are female cats. So if you want to pet, you can pet such an animal. That is also going to help you. So this way you can make use of the your Janma Nakshatra. But remember, Janma Nakshatra is going to help you with anything which is pertaining to your physicality. Okay. Now let me just scroll down. After I have completed all these 27 nakshatras related notes, you will be able to see something very important. Now remember, I was talking about Pada, right? I mean, nakshatra being of 4 parts. And for Krishnamurti ji, we have seen that it is Punarvasu, first Pada, in which he was born. Now, how do I make use of that is what I am going to show you. When we traverse all this, at one point of time, I have given you in this notes Vishnu Sahasranama Stotra. Okay, so let's see where it is. I think after this only comes. Okay. This is where it is. So we were talking about Punarvasu first pada, right? Krishnamurti Garu. So between 25 shloka number 25 to 28 in Vishnu Sahasranama, verse number 25 to 28, because it is your first pada in which you are born, verse number 25 belongs to your specific nakshatra. So if at all you are having any discomfort at any point of time, you need to just chant that particular verse. What did I say? 24 or 25, Krishnamurti Garu?
25 to 28.
25. So number 25 is what I'm looking at. So this is where the pada comes into picture. Nakshatra pada. We are seeing that Avatano, correct. This verse which is starting with Avartano, this is something that you will need to learn by heart. The more you recite this particular verse in your life, the more at a physical level you would be comfortable. Similarly, what I would recommend is everyone who is attending this class, check for what is that particular verse within Vishnu Sahasranama. There is all the 108 are given, so don't worry. So all the 27 nakshatras are covered. We are having exactly 108 verses. So what you need to figure out is what is your Janma Nakshatra, in which pada you were born, and go to that corresponding verse within Vishnu Sahasranama, learn by heart, and every day morning when you wake up, recite that particular verse. This is the remedy that you can do for your entire life. Any questions? I'll stop here. Any questions?
Recite any number.
That I leave it up to you. At least understand that, look, when anyone is in a problem, they should understand how to come out of the problem. Now, this is one way of coming out of the problem. When that person recites that verse pertaining to his Janma Nakshatra and that Nakshatra pada in which the person was born, what happens is, because of the blessings of Lord Vishnu, that person comes out of that particular problem. So while recommendation, I'm not saying that you should not chant the entire Vishnu Sahasranama. That is not the intent. If you are running short of time, if you are not able to chant the entire Vishnu Sahasranama, at least learn by heart whichever is the verse which is meant for your Nakshatra pada. And that is also enough to protect you.
Yes.
Now, don't give me a logic that, even as a part of Vishnu Sahasranama, we know that when goddess Parvati asked her Lord Shiva about what is that one verse which will bestow you the benefit of reading this entire Vishnu Sahasranama, then Lord Shiva himself says, Om Shri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tatulyam Rama Nama Varanane. So Sahasranama Tatulyam is not all these 108 1,008 names of Lord Vishnu. So just by reciting the name of Rama, I am reciting then 1,008 names of Vishnu. Please don't give me that logic. It works for those who do Rama Bhakti. There is nothing wrong. If you have an Ishtadevata, that Ishtadevata himself or herself is enough to bring you out of any type of trouble that you are in. But this is for the modern people who don't have time and who don't have patience, but they are facing some problem. In that case, what is the fastest remedy that can be done? It is to that purpose that I am suggesting. Have you people understood? Any questions on this? It is simple, right? It's just that you need to figure out what is your Nakshatra pada and go to that corresponding verse. Here, this is the table where for each nakshatra, which verse is. So it will be giving you 4 different verses. Pada 1, first verse. Pada 2, second verse. Pada 3, third verse. And Pada 4, the fourth verse. That way you will have to identify. Any questions or can I move forward?
You can move forward.
Okay. Now, let me come back and give you another technique which I wanted to cover today. This is a big topic. Maybe we will take another session to cover this topic also. This is something called Navtara Paddhati. Okay. So all the 27 nakshatras, they have been categorized into 9 different groups. Now again, what is that group is different for me versus what is that group for you. Okay. So first group set of 3 nakshatras, because we are having 27, right? 27 means 9 3 is 27. So Navtara is nothing but 9 different types of taras that we commonly associate. And in each of the taras, you have a group of 3 nakshatras, 3 different types of three different nakshatras have been grouped there. Okay. Now, first tara is called Janma Tara. So, Janma Tara is like it is for the birth. Meaning to say, your birth moon, for example, again, we take Punarvasu Nakshatra. So, when Krishnamurti ji was born, at the time of his birth, moon was transiting Punarvasu Nakshatra. That is the reason we are calling it as Janmatara. Now, what is the deeper spiritual reality that every one of you need to understand, and those who have already got initiated into Mantra Shastra through a proper guru would already know this secret, is typically our nakshatra in which we are born, moon is traversing that particular nakshatra. Moon is either in first pada or second pada or in third pada or in the fourth pada. Why is moon in that particular pada or at the time of birth? Reason is that person died in the same pada in his previous birth. So there is a continuation of karma. All the 27 nakshatras, they are storehouses of karma. Different types of actions which were done by a person during that date of nakshatra, that karma is getting stored in that particular nakshatra. So the karma phala or the fruits of karma are given to the people whenever these planets are transiting those nakshatras. Planets are either placed in those nakshatra in the birth chart or they are transiting that nakshatra, and that is what is giving timing to an event. When that particular planet is transiting the nakshatra, whatever is karma which is hidden in that nakshatra, that planet is only giving you the fruit of the karma which you have done in your past. And to have this continuous cycle is where when you died in your past life, you died in the same nakshatra. The moon was transiting on the date of the death of the previous date. Again, that soul is born on during the same nakshatra in the current birth. That way, it is continuing. And that is the reason why for calculation of Mahadashas and all, which we will come later, that is not today's topic. That is where we take what is the balance of dasha at the time of birth. To understand what is the balance of dasha at the time of birth, we will be seeing what is the degrees that moon has already traversed during that particular nakshatra. Each nakshatra has a span of 13 degrees 20 minutes. So moon would have traversed a certain part. Now this 13 degree 20 minutes itself is split into 4 parts. So each of the nakshatra pada is getting 3 degrees 20 minutes. Moon would have traversed certain path. Whatever is the degree that the moon has already traversed during the past life, those are all gone. You are born exactly when the moon has to traverse the remaining set of that nakshatra, and that is what is causing your present birth, and that is what is causing your Mahadasha systems to start. So this is the logic behind the entire nakshatra system. Now, if you understood that, what you will also need to understand is When you know what is your Janma Tara, accordingly, nakshatras have been grouped in set of 3 into 9 different categories. That is where we are talking about Janma Tara, Sampat Tara, Vipat Tara, Kshema Tara, Pratyari Tara, Sadhana Tara, Vadhatara or Naidhana Tara, even different people call it by different names. Then Mitra Tara and Atimitra Tara or Paramitra Tara. So what happens is that by virtue of your birth in a particular nakshatra, there is a set of nakshatras which act to bring wealth into your life. Those are the nakshatras called which are forming under the category of Sampatta. There are certain nakshatras which can bring you dangers into your life. Those are the set of nakshatras which are called Vipatta. There are nakshatras where a person needs healing. These nakshatras, when medicine is administered to the person who is suffering from chronic diseases during these nakshatras, the healing is faster. Or Kshematara, they are responsible for well-being of you. That is where Kshematara comes into picture. Pratyaritara is like enemies. They create obstacles. So all the hurdles, obstacles, failures and all these are caused by a set of 3 nakshatras. Those are called Pratyaritara. Then there is a set of 3 nakshatras which are called Sadhana Tara, which give you success in any of the work that you undertake. That success can be in the field of education. For a student, Sadhak Tara can ensure success in education, and for any other person, any new venture that you have undertaken, it can ensure success if undertaken under the influence of that particular Tara. Then comes Vadhatara or Naidhantara. This carries death related energies. So there is a sure shot failure if at all any of the undertakings are done during this particular nakshatra. And then there are a set of 3 nakshatras which are called Mitratara, which is like a friend to you. And when you start something, you would be getting support. When you seek support from your friends, when you seek help, naturally friends come to help you. That way, you would be getting support. Now then comes the last and most beautiful set of taras, which is called Atimitra Tara or Paramitra Tara. These set of 3 nakshatras are the one where they come and help you even if you don't ask. And your best friends are the ones who know about you. They come to you and say that they will just go and help you without even asking you whether do you need any help. They just go and help you. So how is this information used? One, it can be used in fixing different muhurtas. When you are to undertake anything in your life, anything you want to start, you want a good muhurta. So what you should be avoiding while fixing the muhurta, mind you, this is not the only criteria for fixing the muhurta, but this can help a lot when it comes to fulfillment of desire. Again, I am circling back to the initial table that I have shown you. A nakshatra is capable of, it is looking at your 6th house, it is looking at your 8th house, it is looking at your 12th house, it is responsible for the 10th house, it is also responsible for the 11th house. 11th house means fulfillment of desire. So when you start any undertaking, obviously end result is that you are trying to fulfill some desire. So that way nakshatra is linked to your fulfillment of desire. So when you fix a muhurta, then obviously all the 5 elements of Panchanga needs to be seen, and then there is something called Tara Balam, that is where this Navtara comes into picture. Then there is something called Chandra Balam. All those things are there. We will look at that later. But just to keep it simple, at least increase the probability to say I can put 80% of attaining success. If you can say, you can just stick to this Navtara Paddhati, figure out what is your, if you want to earn money out of a particular undertaking, then start it within your Sampattara group of stars. If you want that you are undertaking any travel, start during the Kshema Tara. If you want success in something, start during the Sadak Tara. And irrespective of whatever you want support of people and you want to, be successful, you can make use of Mitra Tara or Ati Mitra Tara. So these are the taras that you can safely use. Whereas avoid Vipattara, Pratyritara and Vadhatara or Naidhantara. Simple question that comes to your mind is, how will I come to know which Tara? What is this? While I understood the table, how is it applicable to me? So to see that, just open again, go to this. When you click here, you will be able to see that there is a Navtara Chakra. I hope you are able to see my screen, right? Someone can say yes, no by unmuting themselves.
Yes.
So this horoscope, which is available with me, in easiest way, just input your data into this software, come to this Navtara Chakra, and you will be able to see which taras are your Janma Tara, which is your Sampat Tara group, what is Vipat Tara group, what is Kshema Tara group, what is Pratyari Tara group, what is Sadhana Tara group, what is Naidhan Tara, Naidhan or Vad is one and the same, then what is Mitra Tara and what is Param Mitra Tara or Ati Mitra Tara, that is one and the same. So is it clear? So this, according to your birth chart, will give you information with respect to when you should be, if you want a muhurta to start something, under influence of which nakshatra you should be doing it. I'll take a pause. Any questions over here?
Can you make an example?
Okay, I'll take your example only, or your data is not there. Can anyone else volunteer? Preeti ji's turn is over. Krishnamurti ji's turn is over. Anyone else on the call who can volunteer? Hello. Anyone else is there or only two people are there? Naam?
Lovely, sir.
Okay. Yeah, ma'am's horoscope I already have. Ma'am, this is it, right? You can confirm. 10th of June 1979, 2:18 p.m. Meerut.
Yes, sir.
Alright. मैम
2:15 है सर, वैसे मैं बर्थ टाइम करके 2:18 कर लिया.
ठीक है मैम, whatever, उतने में नवतारा तो चेंज नहीं होंगे, so that should not matter. We just go to Navtara Chakra, ये open कर लीजिए. Then you are seeing that in your Janma Tara group you have Jyeshtha, Revati and Aslesha. Unless anything which is pertaining to your personality development, please do not undertake any such other works during the Janmatara. Typically what happens is, when you undertake any work during the Janmatara, it leads a lot of effort on your part in order to accomplish that particular work. Okay. And in your case, if you undertake any activity which involves money or which needs to bring you money, then you can undertake during Mula Nakshatra, Ashwini Nakshatra or Makha Nakshatra. You need to, if you are, suppose you are planning to go out on a vacation, 100% sure, avoid starting of the vacation on during the Vipattara like Purvashada, Bharani Nakshatra or Purva Falguni Nakshatra. Similarly, you don't want to face any obstacles or enemies or thefts during your vacation. So avoid Shravana Nakshatra, Rohini Nakshatra, Hasta Nakshatra. You don't want any accidents or any such things to happen. Someone falling sick during your vacation. So you will have to avoid Shatabhisha Nakshatra, Ardra Nakshatra, Swati Nakshatra. This and which are the ones which are best for you to start your planning of a vacation would be Kshematara like Uttarashada, Kritika or Uttara Falguni Nakshatra. Or for anything you can blindfold go with this group of Param Mitra Tara, Uttar Bhadrapada, Pushyami, Anuradha. Now what happens is when we get into the next session, then I will be taking you through specifics of each of this nakshatra. A few nakshatras are categorized into Mridu category. A few nakshatras are categorized into Tikshana category. So different categories of nakshatras are there. So just because Uttara Bhadrapada, Pushyami and Anuradha are a part of your Param Mitra Tara, you can't just simply blindfold select any one among these three. You'll also have to understand what is the type of activity for which you are putting this particular muhurta and whether that activity is supported by that nakshatra or not. That information also is there in the notes. I'll be showing you in your next session how to look at it so that you can again filter on among, see, like something is better than, getting into harm's way. That way we can just eliminate Vipattara, Pratyaritara and Naidhantara. But even among the other taras which are suitable to you, if we are to filter and figure out what is the best suited tara, in that case we will have to select among these nakshatras and see what is best suited for the type of activity that you are going to undertake. That is going, how do you make use of muhurta, the information on nakshatra, that is going to be our next session. But by and large, how are you going to make use of the Navtara Paddhati is, this is one way of understanding in your day-to-day lives, depending upon the Panchanga. Every one of you should be having that Panchanga app, which will tell you today what is the nakshatra which is predominant, and from what time to what time is this particular nakshatra present, so that you understand under which category this nakshatra is coming, and accordingly take a judicious decision whether to undertake any new activity or not during that particular day. See if something very important is there, and if that can be avoided, do not do that important activity on that day, maybe do it on the next day. That is the information that you can get from by knowing the Navtara Chakra. Is it clear?
जी सर जैसे आपने बोला ट्रैवल के टाइम पे मतलब टाइम पे नहीं जाओ, लेकिन सर जैसे अगर 2-3 लोग जा रहे हैं तो किसका देखेंगे सर, जो ड्राइव कर रहा है उसका?
ऑब्वियसली उसी का देखेंगे फ्रॉम द पर्सपेक्टिव कि एटलीस्ट जो ड्राइव कर रहा है उनका विपत्तारा या फिर प्रत्यरितारा या फिर नाइधनतारा ना हो, बिकॉज उनके हाथ में स्टीयरिंग है, आप लोगों ने उनके हाथ में थमाया है, तो you will have to look at the driver.
Okay.
But at the same time, understand कि even if this thought is coming, you want to take the help of nakshatra. In that case, it is just like जब भी हम लोग फ्लाइट में जाते हैं तो देन एयर होस्टेस अनाउंसर्स की पहले अपना ऑक्सीजन मास्क पहने, बाद में बाकी लोगों के बारे में सोचना. Similarly, at least you do it for yourself, maybe because of the precaution that you have taken, because of that good karma that you have taken, others are also going to get saved.
Okay, sir.
Because look, If it is only a group of 4 people, you can control. If it's a group of 50 people, then how does anyone control?
जी सर.
Okay. So this is one way of looking at. Again, to answer your question, that is when in the next session when I talk about specific nakshatra falling under which category, that question will automatically get answered, ma'am, because a few nakshatras are not good for travel at all. Least that you can do is maybe those set of nakshatras are falling under your Paramitra Tara. Even in that case, because those nakshatras do not favor traveling, you should be avoiding those set of nakshatras. That is not specific. That is specific to the nakshatra. So that way you can take a judicious call for the entire group what would be beneficial or not while selecting the nakshatra on that particular day. This requires some more amount of information which is already there in this write up that I have shared, but we will take this up later. I've just given you an introduction to Navtara and shown you how you can use it in a day-to-day life. But same Navtara in the next session, I'm going to go a bit more deeper in order to help you understand. We'll take a few charts and we will see currently what is the Mahadasha they're having, and how this Navtara Paddhati is going to help us understand how the entire Mahadasha is going. So that is where it's more important, but that would require more amount of time. So I'll take a pause here. Let's stop the session for now because we have overshot by half an hour. I think we will continue for the next session. All right. Thanks all. Thanks for joining.